Welcome to Brawlhalla.
So we have PR18 going up against PR6. We do have, this is a little bit of an underdog story. That's a big enough separation to the point where you gotta say, like, yeah, they're probably seated pretty differently too, and their experiences have taken them to pretty different places. But still, the way that they're approaching this game is also very, very different. Megd, this is just another day in the office. Cxti is all, I don't want to say, like, fresh out of the works, but like still only just diving into the deep end of top level 1's gameplay, and has only really been over the course of the past few months or even weeks really kind of been dedicating all this time to saying I want to succeed in 1s, while Megd for the past like what year and a half, this is, I mean, quite literally just another day at work for him.
Very much, and I love how you say another day at work, because we know Megd is always working. I don't know if there's some older players in the chat, but I remember when Megd used to have those Wu Shang videos, and this man would be on ranked, constantly just improving and improving and improving, and that's why we've seen such consistent placement from Megd. Cxti is going to knock out Cxti and put Megd up 3 stocks to 2 stocks, but Megd is pretty heavily damaged on that stock, so we'll see if Cxti is able to even up, level out this playing field, or see if Megd is able to put some more damage on Cxti and give himself a bigger lead. Ooh, sidelights out. Not going to catch that dodge down from Cxti. Going to go for another sidelight, but Cxti's going to mix up that dodge. Cxti looking for something to kill. It's pretty hard to kill on Scythe because, you know they're looking for Sarah recovery. Got the orb out. Ooh, recovery from Megd. Ooh, Megd's gonna fight the way back on stage, but a side air is gonna hit but not knock out. Small Fortress of Lions is actually kind of big when it comes to kill boxes, so you gotta have a kill close to the side of the map or the top of the map if you want to really knock out. If not, it's gonna take a little bit longer. And we're just seeing Megd jump around and fight for their life as Cxti's gonna say no, hit a little orb side air and even it up 2-2 with not too much damage on him.
Right now, Megd has really been sticking to his tried and true method of dash close enough to you to the point where you think you gotta respond in some way, but also not too close to the point where you can always back away. And he's trying to bait Cxti out of any attacks that Cxti might want to throw out. You can see actually that happening a lot. Megd would dodge pretty preemptively, or would dash in, dash out, or would really just kind of float near Cxti, but not close enough to really put himself in any danger, but still put him in a pretty nice spot to be at a bit of a damage lead while he's up a stock. So Megd is, yeah, you can even see a little bit right there, just trying to bait Cxti out of anything else. That is Megd's preferred way of breaking neutral, letting you make the mistake first and him always being right behind you.
Facts, and Megd is a great person to like learn neutral from. That Insig is gonna do a lot of damage, but not quite knock Megd out, because like we had discussed, Small Fortress of Lions does have a bit bigger kill boxes compared to like a map like Brawlhaven. Nair recovery is going to knock Megd out. But one thing you did say, Graffiti, I do like how you said, you talked about Megd's neutral, man. If you're a new player and you want to improve, I definitely recommend you to watch some sets that Megd has played. Megd has some of the best neutral in the game. Jumping around you, baiting out your moves, and everyone's like, oh, Megd's passive, Megd's passive. No, Megd knows how to play the game, and we're seeing that right now because he has a nice little lead. Falling Cider is going to do some more damage to Cxti. Cxti jumping around trying to avoid these nairs and recoveries. Megd is going to get rid of the gauntlets, but going to pick up that sword. D-Light recovery is available. D-Light Cider on the edge of the map is also available. And D-Light Cider is going to send Cxti off the map. Dodge out. Can Megd edge guard this? Cxti going to fight back to the map. Cider is going to send Cxti all the way to the other side. Megd's really got to edge guard this right now. Oh, GC. D-Light's not going to hit. Going to take a fat punish from Cxti.
And you earlier saying that Megd having some of the best neutral, it's also very important to state that Megd also has some of the best mental in probably the whole community. You can drag him through anything you want, and he will always be ready to play. He has played through quite a few hour-long sets in his time, and he will never hesitate to drag you through another one of those if he has to. Megd actually has to burn a dodge, dodging through the weapon throw, and that lets Cxti clutch out the win from a damage deficiency. We spent the whole entire game talking about Megd while Cxti over here sneaking around our backs and bringing home a point on the scoreboard. Megd actually, weirdly enough, using the Hattori little profile pick. I know it's a very small detail. We haven't actually really seen Megd play Hattori in a while, but Spear's in a really good spot right now, so it might be time for him to break out any moment, but still, we're doing the complete run back. I can kind of understand why Megd would want to do a perfect run back repeat of last game, and he's actually proven it, and he's only taken the first bit of damage 15 seconds in. He's already done like multiple dodge read combos onto Cxti, but still, Megd started that last game phenomenally and really deserving a lot of the praise we were singing out to him, but Cxti just changed something just snapped. Like someone turned the lights on in the house of his brain, and he's just like, oh, I know how to do this, and then just took the second half of the game, and Megd slowly kind of had a hard time gaining control of that. And although he's ready to play right here, he's having like a perfect mental reset. Like I said, Megd is one of the hardest players to break in this game. You can put him through anything, you can say whatever you want in chat, he's always going to come back from that. He's always going to, he's never completely out. He's always going to have a say in the matter as he's up in game 2.
Very, very much so. Megd is a very consistent player. But, like you said, we gotta give Cxti their props as well. Some things I did see, I like the Fate. I like what Cxti's doing here. Cxti, we're seeing them go for a lot of these. Wow, that was a great edge guard. That was a great unarmed side air. We're seeing Cxti go for a lot of these dash jump fastball inlights. And that's a great way to approach. It's very hard to react to. And then just utilizing that scythe off stage to kind of catch Megd's jumps out and send him all the way to the other side where he does not want to be. So it's great to see another scythe player, you know, although scythe is, you know, pretty formidable in this meta. It's also can be kind of difficult to play. So love to see when someone's able to correctly utilize it off the side of the stage. Ooh, side air is gonna send Cxti. Yeah, I don't think could they have got back from that? I don't know.
I don't know. Still, Megd is gonna be ahead in this game. Cxti, although has been getting some very nice punishes, and maybe also starting to try and find his way to a read, and has also really kind of started to not step outside of his own lane. Megd is really trying to push Cxti into like this little box, and Cxti is not really stepping too far out of that, and is not really getting too excited is what I'm trying to say. Right. It's not getting too hungry, not getting too aggressive, and Megd even using some dodges preemptively means that Cxti, like I said earlier, has actually been starting to get some pretty good punishes, although Megd has been very, his variation of the dodges, how he dodges, sometimes it's spot, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's out, has been pretty nice. Cxti just barely making it back. I did not know how to follow up, because that D-Light, that was just so he was spacing it perfectly. Actually still has a chance to even out the stocks. Whether or not he's able to bring the game home after that would have been a completely different story. Megd responds 1-1.
Wow, straight good neutral like we were saying last game, even though Cxti did take game 1, so that's going to leave the set at 1-1. Tied up, where Cxti's actually banning out Small Fortress of Lions, and where it looks like we're going to Miami Dome. Some good things I saw in that match. Some great neutrals, some great stage control, and Megd kind of just, like you said, Graffiti, locking in, not breaking at all, and taking that game for himself. So we're landing here on Miami Dome. Same Legends again, going to get the straight run back. I love to ask this question because I'm always curious. Why the stage change, do you think?
Cxti had, I guess Megd just kind of learned the counter. Like, okay, I'm not really quite sure. I feel like the platforms definitely have a say in this matter. The platforms would benefit both Gauntlets and also probably Scythe a little bit too here. But it's kind of hard to say how the walls, and also the fact that you can't recover below the stage, since there's that little stem blocking off both sides of the map. It's kind of hard to say who that might benefit to, but still, Cxti has an idea as to what they want to accomplish here, as we do see exclamation marks coming out from Megd, yet to touch, feet to the ground,
Nice.
is finally able to do so. The Cxti immediately bringing them back. This is also part of the reason why I'm not really too surprised we're not seeing a character swap, because Cxti's site knows how to put the work in and is probably is about to connect. Still has to wait a little bit more to remove this first stock from Megd, but could happen any second.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that second is now. Yeah, we're seeing Cxti have actually a I wouldn't say healthy, but a pretty decent damage lead on Megd right now. And just like we saw
definitely.
Cxti ban out Small Fortress of Lions, opting to Miami Dome, there's definitely some cool things you can do on both weapons, especially if you're thinking about kind of doing that platform cancel on the top platform there. But we're going to see Megd kind of send Cxti off, weapon throw, go straight for the sword. It looks like Megd wants that because D-Light recovery does look like it'll kill now. D-Light going to whiff that D-Light, going to get a nice little punish from Cxti. Ooh, side air's not going to kill. Cxti's fighting the way back to the stage. Is he going to get back on? Ooh, nah. Megd's able to catch that jump and even up 2-2 with just a little bit of damage on him.
You can start to see that Cxti is finally starting to get some of these reads on Megd. That is something that you really, really want to see. Like I talked a little bit more about Greatsword, Scythe players, although they don't really look for it too much, it's something that we always love to see, those like dubious reads, especially like if you get a read off stage and you're able to just continue carrying the blast zone. That is something that anyone loves. I would pay money to see that again. I remember that was commonplace in tournaments. Cxti still not really sure how to approach. Megd trying to break a little bit of neutral with a weapon throw and maybe also space that out a little bit. Cxti finally pick up a weapon. There we go. Now he's ready to clash again. Throw himself into the fray during a completely even 2-orange, 2-orange game. Megd is able to, you said, get that read and shift orange to red. Cxti is able to respond. Silent Sarah not quite going to send, but he's able to chase off stage. Megd recovers high and is almost able to get a reversal off of that. You can see the sweat beads coming out, and maybe also a potential clash. That would have been dangerous for Megd. Cxti is, I mean, Cxti's off stage, or could probably use a little bit of dusting, but still, it needs to take the KO right here if he wants to bring this 2-1.
Yeah, we're seeing both these players with consistent kill confirm weapons kind of work around each other's kill confirm, because we know that side air right there will knock out Megd. But if Megd was able to hit a D-Light recovery or a side air as well on sword, it would have done the same thing. So it's something interesting you see these top players when you're fighting around weapons and you're in the kill zone. Oh, I didn't think Inlight would kill there, but that's going to set the stocks 1-1. But when you're fighting around these weapons and you know how your opponent is trying to kill, that just adds a whole nother layer of kind of like it's like a different type of neutral when you're avoiding that KO. We're seeing both these players execute that at a very high level. Okay. That Inlight into downsig was clean. Inlight's gonna take Megd off stage. Down air's not gonna connect. Insig's not gonna connect either. Megd kind of that kill. Yo,
Cxti.
I did not even expect that.
For that entire last stock, just had beautiful stage control. I don't know how much of I don't know how much of it the replay is going to be able to capture, but there we go. If you look at this last stock right here, it just has complete control of the stage. Megd barely able to find his way in. So now he has to win 2 more games if he wants to go on to top 8 winner's side. If he goes down here, if he loses the next game, then that will mean he still has a very good chance at top 8, but he's going to have to play twice as many games in lower bracket. Not a place you want to be, and not a place that Megd is actually all too familiar with. This man stays in winner's bracket for quite some time. We are going to Demon Island, and look on your screen. Does anything seem different about this?
I think I see something a little different. It looks like maybe there's a color over on Demon. No, Megd switched to a Surrey. So we're throwing those gauntlets away and we're picking up those katana.
Get 'em out of
just
here. Like
you said. Yeah, get those on Saga. They're not doing anything.
Stinky.
Yeah. You don't want to hear what I have to say about gauntlets on here. But we're seeing Megd pick up those Katars, and, you know, like you said, Graffiti Katars are in a pretty good spot right now. And Megd is also pretty familiar with the sword and the Asuri, we know that as well. So we're going to see if Cxti is going to be able to use this kind of orb to fight off this close range of Katars, or we're going to see Megd kind of utilize this different character pick to get an edge on Cxti. Because we've been seeing a lot of good it seems like a lot of movement reads that Cxti is able to get onto Megd. Just in last game, we saw Cxti hit a nair recovery, and that was catching Megd actually go up into the sky, and Cxti was able to punish that. But Megd is able to punish some movement, a jump from Cxti, and is going to go to take the lead in this game, 3-2 stocks.
So the fact that Cxti had Megd's movement read very well, that might actually fall apart a little bit here, because your character, I mean, not just the stats, but your character's attacks influence your movement a lot, because since your attacks have different threat ranges, you're going to want to move to different spots of the map. So Cxti already kind of knew, probably after fighting hundreds of Vals in rank, let's be honest, very popular character. Probably already knew, like, oh, a Val player usually wants to position themselves here. Megd's probably going to want to position themselves here. Is correct about that. And even still a little bit that carries over here with, like, the sword and just Asuri and Val both being pretty agile characters. Megd still has a bit of a damage lead and is going to expand a bit to a decent amount right there. So a lot of the movement Cxti had read from last game might kind of start to crumble a little bit. Although there are some similarities between the characters, there are also some differences you got to take into account. Megd is actually not really converting a lot of these. Oh, that
what a great punish!
Side sig. That, I mean, that was bold. That would have been very hard to react to. I'm impressed with these reaction times. But still, Megd is surprisingly not building off too many conversions off of some of these N-lights or D-lights that they're hitting off of these Katars, and still choosing to stick with sword for the KO. Pretty smart choice. Sword being a bit better KOs than Katars. Still, their Katar gameplay in neutral, especially when they don't want to build up, they don't want to commit too hard, is quite interesting to see them not really follow up after some of these attacks too much. But Satellite Sarah going to give Cxti the lead again. Megd on bracket stock.
Yeah, we saw that Sidelight Sayer just kind of catch Megd kind of trying to get back onto the stage. That, man, just such clean, high-level gameplay from both of these players. And we're seeing Cxti have that. Whoa, Cxti just threw it away.
Ooh!
But, unarmed sauce? Whoa! Unarmed sauce on. Ooh! Cxti's still going. Gonna pick up that orb, throw the orb, down air. Gonna miss that throw again, but we know Cxti does have the unarmed sauce, so we'll see what Cxti will be able to work out over here. Gonna pick up the scythe. Side air is going to knock out Cxti. Now, I really like this Asuri pick from Megd, because in the previous games we saw Megd kind of get read a little bit, but Katars do have pretty fast options, so if you are getting stringed pretty badly, you can kind of attack and wake up out of those. But we're seeing Cxti pick up that orb, and Insect's not gonna knock out, but it's gonna do so much. Ooh, and just like last game, Nair recovery. Nair recovery, catching that kind of jump, retreating up to the air, trying to avoid the ground, is once again going to secure that game for Cxti and secure the set for Cxti. What a great set, man.